Hey, third grade, Miss Arsenault here with your week 4 lesson. This week we're working on striking and volleying. What you will need is a small balloon. It's a little bit smaller than my hand. You will also need a racket. I created one using a small paper plate or a paper saucer. You can see that this is about a little bit smaller than the size of my hand also. And a ruler. I took the ruler and I taped it to the back of the paper plate to create my racket. And then you will also need a sheet of paper or a folder, something that's approximately 8.5 by 11 inches. Okay, if you're going with paper, then you might need 2 sheets of paper because we might utilize another one to utilize them for 2 different things. Okay, so we're going to do 3 different things with our lesson today. The first of which is keep it up. As you see here on the floor, I've created a boundary with using the shoes. Okay, so as I practice keep it up, I'm going to stay within my boundary. Okay, so for keep it up, I'm going to use, I'm not ready for my paddle. I'm just going to use my hand as a paddle. I'm going to hold my palm facing the ceiling so my hand is parallel to the floor, parallel to the ceiling. That allows me better control of the balloon as I'm attempting to keep it up. I'm going to make gentle taps, small ranges of motion with my hand as I play. The larger my range of motion, the less control that I have of the object. In this case, it is the balloon. So I'm going to use small ranges of motion. I can use one hand or I can use both. I'm just attempting to keep it up as long as possible. Okay, once I get the hang of keeping it up, the concept of the palm to the ceiling, small ranges of motion, then I'm going to start to count the number of times that I touch or tap or volley the ball. Okay, without it touching the ground. If it touches the ground, then I stop my count. If I step outside of my boundary, then I stop my count. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. So you pretty much get it. If I step out, then I would start all over. Okay, after I'm done, keep it up. Then I'm going to practice bullseye. I'm aiming for a target. Here's where you will need the folder or the sheet of paper. I'm going to use the folder as my target. Make sure you guys can see it. Okay, the folder is there. I'm going to practice an underhand serve. I'm aiming for the target. I want the balloon to touch the target once I serve it. When I serve, I'm going to make sure I'm facing my target. I'm going to step forward with my non-serving side. With my serving hand, I'm going to make a fist. With my thumb on the side of the fist, I'm bumping or serving with the heel of my palm. I'm going to make a shelf for the balloon parallel to the floor. Swing my serving arm back and forward, hit, and try to get it to land on my practicing that. I finally got it to touch. After you've done bullseye, the last challenge is called paddle up. Here's where you will need your paddle. Again, you're going to use some sort of boundary. I used shoes. You can use books. You can use stuffed animals. You can use your sock balls or paper, preferably something that's not too hard in case you accidentally step or trip over that you won't hurt yourself. Paddle up, we're going to start just like keep it up, practicing using the paddle as an extension of our hand, parallel to the ground. If this is too easy for me, then I can always make my circle that are my boundary smaller. I can also practice switching hands as well as rotating my wrist and turning my paddle forward and backwards. Okay, once I've mastered paddle up, then I can start keeping track of how many paddles I can get without breaking the boundary lines. I think my high for today has been 103 or 105. So see if you can break my high score. Okay, don't forget parallel to the floor, whether you're using the paddle or your hand. Small motion, small movement, small range of motion, not big, because now I've changed the angle that my hand is facing, and that means the direction that the balloon goes or travels is going to change as well. If the balloon that's about the size of your hand or a little bit smaller is not as challenging for you, you can make it even smaller, or you can take a sheet of paper and turn it into a paper ball. The smaller your target, the more challenging it becomes. You can also find a smaller piece of paper for your target on the bullseye as well. Enjoy. See you next time. Bye.